Got it.
Looks like it's working.
Hello, people.
Ah.
Hey.
Anybody there?
Anybody there?
Not once for yes.
Hi from Spain. Hello from Tennessee.
Ah.
Anybody there?
Anybody there?
Oh, there's a delay.
Once for yes.
Hi from Spain. Played. It's made its way all the way over to the Atlantic. Okay, so YouTube just sent the notification that we are live.
Okay, because I don't have a picture yet.
I don't have a picture yet either. Is that gonna mess with me though? Like
I've got a picture. Where's hey, Ali's here. But there is a delay.
Yeah, there is a delay. It's very strange. Hello from Australia.
Hello, all.
Okay, let me.
We're just finding we've got a few teething problems here with the three of us live at the moment. We've got someone else to come. But Ali, I can see that you're here. And Coastal Gardens, NW, North Wales. Okay. But it's nice and wet there if it's anything like us. Jane, I show on the green border.
Can you? I'm not sure. Can you have a picture?
Yeah, if you've got a picture yet, Ali. So not sure what that means. Okay. Have we got the gallery? We've got the gallery view, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Now Rebecca is green. That'll be because Rebecca is talking and it's changed again.
I don't think there's a picture yet.
Okay. I've got a picture on my laptop.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
It's still telling me waiting for mornings at the allotment.
Okay.
When
I speak, when you speak, your picture highlights. So like Ali, if you're watching now, when you speak, your picture highlights.
Oh, so there we are. Okay. I've got a picture here.
Yeah, so Jim, so whoever speaks will have the little green thing around them because this is coming via Zoom. So this is why there's a few little technical difficulties. I think Rebecca's worked it out really, really well. But obviously it's the first time we've ever done it live, isn't it, Rebecca? So it's,
Yes, it is. I'm actually so you guys are all seeing a picture on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe I had to refresh my screen.
Okay.
So I went out of it and then I went back into it and then.
It's still telling me waiting for mornings at the allotment, but it doesn't matter. If you guys are sure you have a picture.
Yeah. Can you just say in the comments if you've got a picture or not? And we can pick up on that. We're having a slight delay with what we're saying and what's actually coming up. So
Ali says that she sees all three of us.
Yeah, that's good. So Rebecca, I'm just wondering.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go switch back to Zoom because I don't have a picture on YouTube.
Okay. Right. Thanks, Nicola in Cornish heaven. Oh,
thank you, Jane, for moderating. Okay, I need to still go in the I need to find it on my iPad so I can see all your comments.
I think for those of you, I've just seen Liz's chat. And if you've come over from there, I know she was saying about the weather, she was asking everyone what the weather was like by them. And it's just been a washout in the UK today. It's been horrendous. I don't know about you, Jim. What's it like by you? Are you still got snow?
It's bright and sunny. It's about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's, I still have a foot of snow outside.
But you still got snow.
Oh yeah, it's slowly melting. It's mostly ice because it's been so cold.
Yeah. What about you, Rebecca? How's it in Germany?
Well, we finally had a sunny day.
All
which
right.
was
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah.
On Friday, actually, on my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, we had some sun today and tomorrow, but that also means since we don't have any clouds, it's getting below freezing at night. So that's
All right.
actually, yeah.
You've got to be really careful. You don't go throwing all your seeds in.
Yeah.
Everything done just because the
Seriously,
sun's out. Yeah, I know. Well, at least you've had some sunshine. It's been miserable. I've not been out today.
There's Saronne. Okay.
Hey, and Saronne's here.
Yes. So
hey, Saronne, hello.
Hey, Wi-Fi. Where is she?
We can see you. We can hear you.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Oh, we've managed it. You know, this is all thanks to you, Rebecca.
Oh.
You've managed to get us all together to do this because I wouldn't have a clue. So, yeah, I think we can give her a big virtual pat on the back there. Hey, Robin.
What didn't work apparently was scheduling it on YouTube, but I think some people have found us. So, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Let me just see if I need to post the.
Gonna post the link.
Post the link to the other one.
Okay. I'm going to try and
because I see 38 people waiting and I see 8 people watching.
Okay.
So that's kind of odd. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, Liz, I think Liz just commented, I remember how hard it was to get organized in my first live chat. Liz, I think we may have to practice this a bit. I think I may need your help.
Liz, do you know how we can tell everybody where we are? If that the link is broken or is not working sufficiently, have you got any clue? I can't actually see your comments, Liz.
I have us now.
I'm behind.
I can see everyone. I can see us now, but okay. I have like two different YouTube videos lives. I have the one where everyone's waiting, and then I have a second one where we're actually live. So I have no idea.
Okay.
Rebecca, what should I be seeing currently? I can see the 4 of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that all I can see?
Yes. Do you have a second device for the chat?
Shall I get my phone? Can I do?
If you want. Yeah.
I've done the same, Saronne. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 2-device chat.
What's the time scale? Because I've got an appointment at 8:00 with a midwife on telly.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I think if we make it for an hour, that'll be really great.
We've got a Spanish homestead here. Hi, all from Spain. I bet it's nice and sunny by you.
Oh,
just complaining about rainy weather over here.
Now it's interesting. Robin Miller from Chicagoland just posted there are 2 sessions showing currently right now. Hi, Robin.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me just
share the link in the chat that's waiting. Okay.
Yes, I just did that.
Okay. Does a link just come up here? I'm wondering if I'm on a different chat to you. Because I haven't seen a comment from Liz.
Yeah, Liz is on the other one.
Where should I be? It is original, Robin. Thank you. That's a good word.
You're just getting our sea legs. That's all.
Yeah, it's fine. 27 degrees by you in Spain. Oh, lovely. You can see us now? Fab.
Okay. So
Inga. Hey. Hey, Liz.
Yes, everybody's fine.
All in.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, well done, Rebecca.
Their way over. I don't know why that didn't work. We'll figure it out. I'll have to ask Niall because he apparently knows how to do it.
Niall does the good ones. Niall does the really good chats. We all need to learn from him. He's very good.
Right.
Right.
Rebecca, I'm sorry if anybody's listening and having a chuckle at my Luddite tendencies here. I've got my phone. What am I saying?
I see you're trying to enter the chat with your phone. Go to YouTube on your phone. Then you can read the comments.
go to YouTube on my phone. Okay.
Go to my channel, and then you can.
Ah, right.
Okay. So while she
It
figures
now.
that out, so for everyone who only heard part of what we were saying, welcome to this very odd beginning of a live chat here. Yeah, I asked the other three here, Jane, Jim, and Saronne, to join me because frankly, I was freaked out about doing a live chat. So I asked them to join me so I wouldn't be all alone here. And a good thing too, because Jane kind of took over moderating here because I was busy trying to figure out all the technicalities. And to all of those of you who were actually on my scheduled live, I'm sorry that didn't work, but it looks like you found us. We have 25 people here, so yeah, it looks like you found us. So thank you for joining us. And yeah, the reason I asked the other three here is because we're all gardening YouTubers, and we're part of a group that chats regularly about why we garden, why we do YouTube, how we do YouTube, technical difficulties like how to do this. And we were chatting about how complicated it is to go live with several different people. So I said, you know what, I have an anniversary coming up and I'll just try it. So here we are. And
Happy anniversary, Rebecca.
Yay! Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, so I told you in advance, no big agenda, but I would like to hear why you all are gardening and why you all are doing YouTube about your gardens, how you started doing that, why you did it.
Okay, Jim.
I think we should go by distance, which means that Jane, you're first. And then Saronne, and then you cross the mighty Atlantic all the way to me.
And then you can get to the end and say, yeah, I'm the same as them. You know,
is that what they said?
That's it. Now, can I just say though, Rebecca, the fact that this just amazes me. You were talking about being a Luddite, Saronne, but the fact that we're all here, yeah, there's a tiny time lag, but we've got Germany, we've got the States, we've got England and Wales, and I'm going to count them as separately because it just sounds better. We're actually connecting these 4 separate places, like dotted all over the place. And I think it's just amazing, isn't it?
That's
It is
pretty
quite
good.
incredible.
It's pretty amazing. It's a stuff of science fiction. It's a sort of stuff that when I was a child, I would have thought, isn't that cool to be able to see someone on a phone and talk to them? You know, Star Trek and all that sort of thing. I think I'm a lot older than all of you. In fact, I'm probably older than all of you put together.
I don't think so.
I've just, well, I'm actually 98, you see.
You look fabulous.
Oat milk, Saronne. It's keeping you really, really.
It's go. Yeah, that's fantastic. My bio, what do they call it? The microbiomes are really good in my gut. So there you go.
I think I'm just going to skip me very quickly because I've just been gardening. I gardened a little bit when I was younger. I've done so many chats on why I garden, what I get from gardening. I think one of the things it's really helped me with is being able to relax. And I think a lot of people are finding that more and more, the meditative nature of gardening. And go on.
Does someone have the sound on their YouTube?
Yes, me.
Thank you, Liz.
It's the case of, so for me, I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm really, really lucky that I'm with someone who enjoys it as much as I do. And we sort of buoy each other up with our gardening. And I mentioned recently, it's part of our sort of fabric of our life now. It's a bit of a way of life, even though we've got an allotment, we haven't got a garden we can just walk out into. It's a way of life. And the YouTube thing was just, you know, fell into it really. I had done a blog before, which I've mentioned, that wasn't about gardening. And so I was bought a camera and I thought, oh, I'm going to give this a go. And I gave it a go. And once you start, and once you get that first bit of interaction from everybody, that keeps you going. And it's kept me going for a long time, because there have been many times that I've been wanting to ditch it, but I'm too into it. I absolutely love it. And I think, I mean, I've been doing it, I've said before, I know, about 6 years now. You know, and if I was going to ditch it, I would have done so by now. There have been so many points where I thought, why do I do it, and question myself. But yeah, again, the videos as well as the gardening are part of the fabric of my life as it is.
Very good. Your
That
turn.
was in a nutshell. Go on.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. All right. I've been gardening all my life. My father and my great aunts were really instrumental in that. Back then, it was more of, you know, dragging me kicking and screaming to help in the garden as a kid, when I would rather be, you know, at the playground or on my bike or swimming and stuff like that. But I grew to appreciate it all the more as I became more independent. So when I finally moved into my place here, that was the first thing I did. It was, I mean, I was still doing work in the inside of my house, but the garden was a huge priority. And yeah, for me, gardening is therapy. It's really the getaway that I need from the everyday life. It really is. And I feel like it brings me closer to people in general, because a lot of people who may be interested in gardening don't necessarily get into it themselves, but once they, you know, they see what's going on here, they become inspired to do so. So that's really exciting for me. I started a channel. My channel started June of 2020. So we were in the throes of the, you know what, and but it was something that was always kind of in the back of my head. My sister would always say to me, you know, you should start a blog. You know how to do all this stuff. You should start a blog. You should share it. And I was always like, you know, sitting down at a computer for hours a day. As a teacher, I do it anyways. It was just something that wasn't really appealing to me, writing everything down. But the whole aspect of doing videos was a lot more tangible for me, because it was just, I'm doing it in front of everybody. I don't have to write it down. I don't have to, you know, do several drafts. I don't have to rewrite. I don't have to edit. I mean, well, yeah, I have to edit, but so, you know, and it just kind of went from there. And I think the best part about the videos for me is it's keeping a chronological order of everything, a history of everything that I'm doing in the garden. I can look back upon it and make improvements where necessary. And the other thing that I love about YouTube gardening is this right here. Right here. I've met so many incredible people, and just really just wonderful, wonderful gardeners with so much, you know, inspiration and information to spread. And you guys are just, you know, amazing too. So that, and it's really neat to me, like, talk to people from way across the Atlantic, you know, it's just, yeah, it's really, it's the package deal for me. It's not just about gardening.
Yeah.
I feel quite choked up now, Jim.
Oh, I'm done.
Jim, did you see Liz loves your tidy kitchen?
Oh, thanks, Liz. It wasn't tidy 2 minutes ago, I'll tell you what.
It's not fair, is it, Liz? It's not fair.
Saronne.
Oh, what was the question now? What started?
Why do you garden and why do you YouTube?
For the gardening, for a lot of the same reasons, very, very relaxing. I really get into the zone. It's a creative outlet. I like all the processes, from seed planting to nurturing plants to planting plants to what, you know, everything, every step. It's not the harvest just, it's everything from start to finish is so absolutely fascinating to me. And what got me started was my mum, who was an avid gardener. She was, I think, concerned by the fact that I hated eating vegetables. Absolutely. I was such a picky eater as a young child. My God, if you saw me now, you would never get that, because I am like this human eating machine. I just eat everything. I'm looking up. But she gave me a little tomato plant, told me to get on with it, plant it. She needed some help. And I did it, and it produced some little tomatoes. And I remember eating a sun-ripened tomato, and it was just amazing. And I was hooked completely, and that's it. So I think when you engage children and kind of give them ownership of something, it really can get them connected in a way that just putting food on their plate that's come from a supermarket doesn't quite do the same thing. I think if you can get them involved in that, that's super important. Why? When did I start my YouTube channel? Probably the summer that we moved here. So 2019. But I really don't know how to do stuff like video and do it properly. And I've been learning gradually along the way. Again, it's another creative process. I really enjoy that. I do struggle with some of the technical things. And when you guys talk about 4K and OSB, and I'm sitting here thinking, should I know what that means? Because I don't.
Yeah, none of us do. We just pretend. It's just.
I really feel like a Luddite. But anyway, having said that, I'm obviously not a Luddite totally, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this now, and I wouldn't be making videos if that was the case. But anyway, that's my story. What about you, Rebecca?
Okay. Yeah, well, just before I start, someone was asking where Jim and I are located. Jim is in Buffalo, New York, and I'm in the south of Germany in Mannheim, which is a wine growing climate.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice and mild. Zone 8B, in case anyone's watching from the United States.
The very opposite of where I am.
It's totally opposite of where
the only thing people know about Buffalo in the States is that we get a ridiculous amount of snow.
And yeah, seriously. And that my first video 2 days ago, a year ago, actually was filmed in the snow, because we never get snow. So let me just jump into why I started YouTubing, and then I'll get back to when I started gardening. But actually, I had been thinking about doing YouTube for a while, and Liz kept prodding me nicely, but kept saying, just do it, you know? And I really don't like to be in front of the camera, actually. So she kept saying, you know, just pretend you're telling me, pretend you're showing me. And then it snowed, and we never get snow. And it was 2021, and I have a sister who lives in the United States, and I hadn't seen her for ages. She hadn't been to the garden for ages, because obviously, you know, no traveling. And so I decided, you know what, I have so many people who haven't been to the garden for such a long time, let me just film it. And I just did it. And I wasn't in front of the camera for my first video. I think for my first couple of videos, I didn't go in front of the camera, because I'm really not that into it. But yeah, my gardening history, both my grandmothers gardened, although my paternal grandmother was more ornamental gardening. The other one had a veg patch. But I actually started gardening on the windowsill. When I moved out at home, I started with herbs on the windowsill. And then eventually I had a balcony, and like every 3 square foot on the balcony, I put pots and bigger containers to grow tomatoes. And then eventually I had a large balcony, so I grew tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and salad. And then I moved to a smaller balcony, and that just wasn't too great. And now we're here also with a balcony, but when we moved here and we knew we were going to stay here for a while, we put our names down for an allotment. And actually we put our names down, and 2 weeks later we had one. So that was in April 2019. And that's when I started. And then in 2020, when I was working from home, due to, you know what, I was able, before that, I had a 2-hour commute. So I really didn't spend much time in the garden during the week. And then working from home, all of a sudden I had these 2 hours in the morning, and I didn't know what to do with them. And then I started each day by going to the allotment in 2020. And that's actually why my channel has the name that it has, because I spent all my mornings in 2020 on the allotment, at the allotment. So that's where my channel also got the name, because it was just, yeah. And then I wanted to share. I just wanted to share. And then I thought, you know, I'd be doing a couple of videos, and that I have almost 50 now after a year is amazing to me, because I really didn't think, you know, I thought, you know, I'll do one here when I have something special to show, but it's addictive, and the community is lovely. I really, I've been asked, I know I have a couple of my German speaking friends watching. I've started doing subtitles for them on some of the better videos. They've been asking me, why do I do my channel in English? And actually it's the community. It's, I watched Jane before I started my channel, and I think I watched Saronne before I started my channel. I found Jim through Vivi. And yeah, and the community is, I love it. It's so friendly, and everyone has their Facebook pages or Facebook groups, and people are just so helpful. And it's not, you know, I have the bigger tomato, or my garden is neater. It's really, it's yeah, you make friends.
Really supportive. It's really
very supportive.
Can I just say, I feel really, I'm going to say inadequate when it comes to names, because I so didn't know and didn't plan to still be going. Like you, Rebecca, I just thought a couple of things. So, you know, I thought, right, I remember uploading the video, you need a name, you need a name. And I sat there, I thought, Jane's Allotment. How boring.
It works though. It's to the point. Everybody knows Jane's Allotment.
It's to the point. But my goodness, you've got that gorgeous backstory there, Rebecca. So Grow and Cook, that covers everything you do, Saronne. Lake Effect Gardener. I didn't know what that was until I came along, and now I know. You know what I mean?
But at least in your case,
whatsoever in mine.
At least in your case, everyone knows your name.
Yeah, and I've got an allotment. Okay.
I actually, I mean, I've known Liz. I've been chatting to Liz for since before I started my channel, but still, it just a couple of lives ago on her lives, she went through and she's like, "Oh, mornings at the allotment," and it was Mr. J who said, "That's Rebecca." Yeah. Because you know, sometimes you know these people, and of course you know who they are, but you see their channel name all the time, and if their actual name isn't in there. Sometimes, you know, you're just, oh, that's, what's her name or what's his name? So,
but also, though, it makes you realize that you don't want to go and change it, because people know you for good or bad. They will know you by that name. And once you change it, it's a case that, you know, people, you'd lose people, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to have to make up a story. In the next live, I'll have a really good one. I'll bring tissues, violin.
I'll supply the violin. I got you.
Okay. Jim's the violin. Okay. Sorry, Saronne.
I think sometimes simple is better. I think it works. Don't worry. It works.
Yeah, I agree.
As simple as you get.
It tells us all we need to know. It's Jane and it's her allotment. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Thank you.
But
Can I just ask a question, Rebecca? I'm sorry, I did promise that I wouldn't talk too much, and I'm really trying, but I really want to ask this. When you said you said something earlier about not wanting to be in front of the camera and being a bit nervous about being, I hated it. I remember as a child having those tape recorders where you had to press play and record together, and you could record yourself, and actually hearing your own voice, that was awful. That was like, is that what people hear? But then to have that compounded by seeing you as well. But I think, I mean, you soon, if anyone is new to doing YouTube, you do soon get over yourself. And especially with a gardening channel, you are going to get covered in mud. You know, you can, you know, do your hair as nice as you want, but once you step outside and it's bucketing down or it's windy, you know, I think vanity goes out the window pretty quickly, and you sort of, it's a reality check. It is a reality check. You think, all right, okay, well, what can I do about it? You know, so
I'm actually,
apart from Jim, you always look very, very
Yes.
Very
That is
nice.
true.
Smart.
Oh, you're so kind. One day it's in shorts, the next it's in, long johns and thermals.
It's a lottery.
Yeah.
I'm actually super impressed by my daughter, whose
Huh?
first language is German, but she's been on a couple of my videos. And yes, she's had English since first grade, but elementary school English, that's, but she just started talking. She was behind the camera and we were filming. That was actually the one video where I ended up having to just do subtitles. It was, I think, a July plot tour or something. And she was just talking and talking. And then afterwards we realized we had forgotten to turn the microphone on, which was so sad.
Oh, it happens.
It happens. But
Oh,
I'm impressed by, she's not afraid at all. She just goes in front of the camera. It's not even her native language or anything. She just talks.
maybe that's a generational thing.
It might
It must be.
They're now that used to being, in
Yeah.
touch with other people that, yeah.
How old is she, Rebecca?
She's 13, turning 14 in March. Yeah, almost 14.
Yeah, it'll come naturally to her. I'm kind of, is she talking around the corner?
Hello.
She can't come in the picture.
All right. Hello. It is Hannah, isn't it?
Hannah, yeah.
Hannah.
Hello.
I do have another question for you all, though. Does YouTube influence the way you garden? I can start if you like,
Yes.
so you know what kind of thing. Because
Start.
I've noticed that so many things take so much longer when I'm trying to do a video about them. Because there are people like Jessie at Plot 37. She changes her camera angle all the time. She just puts the camera here and then walks through the picture, and then she puts the camera in another spot and walks through the picture again. And that's like so much work. And I think if I did that, I wouldn't be doing anything else anymore. But even so, even if I walk around holding the camera or just put it on a tripod, I've noticed that things take so much longer. And sometimes I have to admit, doing the YouTube videos takes precedence, and then things don't get done, like, the weeding and that type of thing, or planting the onions. Yeah, so
I've always wanted to do a video showing the other side of that. So when you have people just, you have their legs walking past and it builds up to a lovely scene, and it's great. But I've done bits like that before. And what you don't see, because what ends up on the editing room floor, the cutting room floor as we used to call it, is you then have to turn around just as you've got out of the shot, bomb back down to the camera really, really quickly, check that it's recorded. And, just for that couple of minutes thing of you walking off into the distance, you haven't got a little cameraman following you doing this thing. Everything is very, very thought out.
Oh,
so I do often think when you see those, you think, I wonder how far they got before they turn around,
When you did your ramble video, Jane, I thought
Yeah.
that was great. I thought it was great. I loved those when you were kind of just walking ahead with Rocky and just.
Well, yeah. There was a fair bit of running back to the camera with that. But then again, you just don't know what's going to work. I think early on, I don't know. I have done videos where I've taken a lot of time with the editing, and it does take time. And then I did a video last week where I was just chatting with Mike, so there was no editing.
Mhm.
And that was successful. And you have people out there who just chat. There's not much of an edit. And it doesn't really, I don't feel particularly like it's going to make your video more or less successful.
Mhm.
As long as the actual content is good quality. I don't know how much I could edit till, the cows come home. But I don't know if it would make my videos any more successful or less successful than they are. So it's all about the content. But it is sometimes, I think this time of year, Rebecca, it is particularly difficult thinking about YouTube. And it can become a bit onerous to think, I'm not actually doing anything in the garden because it's February and it's raining, but I really must. And I think once it gets to that, you've got to question why you're doing it. you know, you've got to question yourself. And I always say, as long as I'm enjoying it, I will keep doing it, you know. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
No, fine.
You know, my YouTube journey is
You're right, Ali.
It's interesting because I find that the more that I do it, the more I tend to leave out. I'm not, I look at some of these YouTubers who are incredible, and the angles like Rebecca was talking about, and the music and the this and the that. And I think to myself, oh, I'm so insufficient. I'm so like basic. But then I also think to myself, like, I'm going into great detail usually about what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I guess maybe it's the teacher in me, like that's the message, you know, that I want to get across. Like when I do my Make Do Monday videos and I'm doing something like baking or cooking, I started out with like, okay, now I'm going to scoop the flour out of the container. And now it's just like, okay, here's a plate with flour on it. Take my word for it. Dump it in, you know, because, but what it's the same thing though, right? You're getting the same result by doing less. But when it comes to gardening, I'm really out there to just show you what I'm doing, like whatever it is, you know, if it's like, I'm going to sit down and have a weed for a minute, then I'll take you along with that. This is how it is. It's kind of, you know, it comes across as being, this is exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm not going to like appear behind a plant and be like, and this is how I weed. You know what I mean? I sit my butt down and I just start pulling stuff up because that's the reality of
and
what
people are, and I'm going to use the word canny to that. They know if it's false. They know if you're just doing it to make the video. And it feels wrong. It does feel wrong, you know. And what you said about community, it is like, you know, a big group of friends. You're not going to pretend to be something you're not, because they'll see right through you, you know. So
and also I don't necessarily I don't want to waste time on the whole aspect of trying to make it look really, really cool, because when I'm out there, it's like I got stuff to do, and I'm going to film it for you guys, and you know, I hope you guys enjoy it and stuff like that, but I need to get it done because I've got a million other things you know that need to, and you know, talking about editing, that does take a while. So you know, it's a time management thing for me, I guess.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, oh, sorry, you're going to say something, Jane.
It's just a comment's just going up. Louise, hi Louise, just come over from Liz's channel. Oh, that's Could we all put up a link to our channels so I can check them out? If only I knew. Does anyone know how to do? Shall I have a go? I'll have a go. Ignore me for a minute.
Can you try? And I'll put them in the description of this video afterwards.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Yeah. For sure. Saronne.
Hello.
Hello.
Hannah.
Go do homework.
I'm still getting into the habit of making weekly videos, and not to say anybody else has any less busy a day than I. You all have busy days because most of you are, I think all of you are working other jobs. I'm the only retiree who's doing this full time, the small holding thing. But God, there's so much to do. There's always something going on. So I kind of do one video a week because that's all I can manage at the moment. And for me, doing things like cookery videos are the most complicated and time consuming. Getting those angles right, getting the timings right, you know, getting the sound and the not getting things steamed up, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. So I find those most challenging, but if you get them right, they're also quite satisfying to do. The ones that I enjoy doing, I guess, are taking tours around the garden and in the polytunnel, and the more free-flowing stuff where some of the pressure is off me and is more on something in front of me. I find those slightly easier, but anything that shows me doing something, I find incredibly difficult to do. And I guess that's just a learning process, which I'm going to have to do. That's all. Move on.
Put some links on there. As
perfect.
far as I can tell, I've just copied and pasted them from the channel. So there should be links on there as well. So if you click on, can you let me know if you click on one of those links, does it actually bring up the channels? That would be good to know.
Well, I can tell that mine is correct.
All right, well, yours has got your name on. I don't know how you do that. We're going to have a conversation about that, Rebecca, because I'm just lettuce. Oh, thanks, Danny. That's good to know. So all the links are there, and you're going to put them on as well underneath, Rebecca.
Perfect. Thank you, Danny. Yes, I'm going to put them underneath.
Ali's asked a good question.
Read it.
Oh,
Can you find it?
Discard.
What do we regret? Is that what?
Yeah.
It says?
What do you regret about gardening?
Oh gosh.
That's a good one, Ali. That's really good.
Not it.
Oh.
Anything? It's like, is it like a big life question, Ali? Or is it like, that I didn't plant enough tomatoes last year? It's a bit, you can take it like either way.
It's like one of those job interview questions.
Yeah,
that they're like, so what do you feel that, that you could do better? And, it's like you have to turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you, Jane. I feel like, for me at least, I wish I could spend even more time doing things in my garden. Because there are days where I'm just like, I'm going to just sit on my rear end and scroll through my phone in the sun, because that is all I can muster today.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be it, to spend more time in my garden, even on these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would probably be it for me as well. Especially not doing as much of a winter garden as I'd like. But then again, I suffer from SAD. I'm glad if I can get through my day during the winter, and then, sometimes head to the plot. And I also don't want to put too much on the plot and then not be able to take care of it. So I just know for me, it's not realistic to do too much in the winter in the greenhouse where it needs watering. Anything outside like kale is fine because I don't need to do anything. It's moist enough, but I've killed stuff in the greenhouse simply because I just can't get there. So yeah.
Have you got any regrets, Saronne?
Probably my often delusions of grandeur, where I imagine melons growing.
Don't even say the word. Oh my goodness. One day.
Forget beyond that big.
Yeah. I got one this size.
Look at you. Look at you.
Oh, speaking of melons.
Yay.
Jim.
Yeah.
Will there be a redo?
Well,
absolutely. I would love to.
Yeah.
Think about it, please.
I've got Minnesota midget seeds. I knew you guys had done it, so I thought I'm going to try this.
Now I'm wondering, because I think most of you are in a warmer climate. We could try different varieties if you want. We don't have to do the same ones.
Jim, you say that, but I happen to remember, having lived in the States, that you what zone are you in? What zone are you in, Jim?
I'm in, it's like 5B, 6A.
But when's your last frost date?
Yeah, that changes. It's usually like the end of May. I'm usually good by Memorial Day, which is the 31st, to plant everything in the ground.
And I bet you get really nice hot outdoor temperatures, something we don't get in Wales. We get mild temperate, but we never get reliable hot weather that you get in your part of the States.
But this is what's good about the Transatlantic Melon Challenge. It's a challenge. It's working with what we've got. We've all got different weathers. We've all got different places to do it. Let's see what happens, And I, for one, I'm going to be trying really hard, because last year I could sort of say it was a bit of a fluke. And then when the neighbour down the road grew some absolutely fantastic ones, and then invited us round to dinner to try them, and they were beautiful. I mean, she's literally half a mile away. I've got no excuse at all. But yeah, again, it keeps us interested, doesn't it? It does. That sort of challenge keeps us going, you know.
Does allow for different growing conditions insofar as some of us have got greenhouses, polytunnels.
Yeah.
Some of us will grow directly outside. Jim.
I'm so jealous, Saronne, of your growing space, your undercover growing space, all that space. And I only have my tiny greenhouse, and we're not allowed to have more on the allotment. So yeah.
I know when I lived in Leicestershire, it was the same. I had an allotment with a little greenhouse. So hey, I'm older than you, so when you get to my age, maybe you'll have a polytunnel as well.
Oh, maybe I could try the Montreal melon. This is from Little Homestead by the Beach. I've never heard of it, but if it's, well, Montreal's not too far from where I live.
Hey.
I'd be happy to if I can source some seeds for sure.
And I actually found a melon variety. I think it's in one of my videos. I just can't remember what it's called at the moment. It's from France, and it's grown in a region that's at a higher elevation than I am. So I'm hoping if it works there, it'll work for me. So that's what I got for this year.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Yeah, so watch Jane's and Jim's channels, because if there is another Transatlantic Melon Challenge 2022, that's where you'll find it.
I'm up for it, Jim. Are we gonna, right, that's it. Challenge on.
You know, it was around this time. It was just around this time last year we had our first little video meeting chatting about it.
Yeah, we did. Because didn't we sow on the solstice? We sowed on the solstice, and we reaped on the solstice, but the different solstices. So yeah, maybe we can tweak that a bit this year. I don't know, but yeah, we'll certainly get together and let you all in on it, because I know quite a lot of people did grow melons last year. And they didn't join in the challenge, but now I think we might be able to corner the melon market.
That would be fun.
That took such. I mean, Ali's just said about the comments on the challenge page last year regarding melons. It took quite a long time to actually come up with a challenge name that wasn't too dodgy. Let's face it, didn't it, Jim? It was, you know. It was very difficult when you're dealing with melons. You've got to be careful. So
that, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, we could just do it overnight, but we seriously came up on a few barricades, lines that we couldn't cross, even though we thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think Paul probably crossed all those barriers for you then in his videos about his melons.
Babs Windsor. Yeah, and who's the other one from Pamela Anderson?
Yeah, Pamela
Anderson. Yeah.
Ham and Babs.
I'm thinking more Carry On films, Carry On melon growing or something. Carry On.
You just know that there's going to be someone's going to Google it, and something's going to come up that you don't want involved in a whole hearty gardening channel.
Child friendly.
I don't think I'm going to put it that way, Freaky Geek. I'm not going to put it that way at all. But yeah. Someone's found some saved melon seeds. That's good. Inga said that last year I tried growing watermelons in a tiny plastic greenhouse. Oh, but they rotted. I thought we were building up to something good there, Inga. They rotted before they were ripe. But they were there. Good. That's really good start. Better than I did.
Robin is in on the challenge. Great.
Fab. That's great.
So Robin did a great job last year, if I remember. Did she not?
She did.
Chicagoland.
Oh, she did.
She killed it.
She set a standard there.
She sure did.
Amir F1 and petite yellow watermelon. That's interesting.
That sounds interesting.
Because you always imagine watermelons are going to need a lot of, a big structure, loads of water and everything, but a petite one could be nice.
I wonder, is the petite yellow one the sugar baby, or is that something else?
No, the sugar baby is a red one though.
Yeah, it's actually called Sugar Baby.
Okay, it's not yellow. and it's not petite, is it?
Oh, it's petite.
Yeah.
Danny, it doesn't matter if you don't like them. That's not the challenge. Challenge is to grow them. Come on, get those melons growing. You see, you can't say it, can you? You just can't say it. You can't put it in any sentence without it sounding
Dodgy. Yeah.
dodgy. Yeah.
Dodgy.
Okay. Are you going Ladies Garden and Home? What's your name, Ladies Garden and Home? In
Oh, she's
Connecticut?
Connecticut. If Jim can grow watermelons, you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jim, you grew watermelons.
Mhm.
Jim,
Oh, yeah.
Danny,
what sort?
The
eggplant
street-
challenge. As long as you don't post the emoji all the time, we can do
Well,
an eggplant
yeah.
challenge.
That's the other thing you can't Google, Danny. You can't Google that. You can't put it in a sentence. No.
I
Oh,
grew
hi,
sugar
Cheryl.
baby,
Hi, Cheryl.
Saronne.
Nice to see you.
Sugar baby.
I grew sugar baby.
Yeah.
I had two plants. One got eaten. It was doing really, really well. It got eaten right at the base, and that was outside. And then I had a spare that I put in the tunnel, and I got two
I'll say.
decent sized, and they were lovely.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And
think-
I kept all the seed. So
Oh,
you know, if people want to participate, I will.
oh, right. I still have some. What was the other one? Minnesota midget and
Yeah.
sugar baby, that I can send to people in continental Europe. We're not allowed to send to the UK anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, continental Europe and Ireland, of course, which is
Okay.
not continental, but you know what I mean.
Danny's
Right.
being very naughty.
Danny is being very naughty. I think he's going to start a challenge too.
I think he is. And I think he can sort out his own name and his own emoji for that one.
We can have a lot of fun with that. I mean,
Oh, yeah. We
you
could
know,
have eggplants. Eggplants
Although-
versus melons.
you guys don't call it eggplants though. You
They're
guys call it
aubergines.
aubergine.
Aubergine.
Or
Yeah.
melanzani.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
What was that, Rebecca? What do you call that?
Melanzani. That's the
Oh.
Italian word.
Italian.
Okay. So what do you call it in Germany?
Aubergine.
All right. So, okay. So where does eggplant, where does that come from, Jim? What's going
From
on?
America, we call it eggplant.
Why? Why? Does it look like an egg?
It- when it
Some
first
are
starts
white.
growing. Mhm,
Yeah.
Some are white and they look like eggs.
mhm.
Okay.
I have some of those actually growing on the windowsill.
Okay. Okay.
We'll see how that works.
Danny.
Oh, Danny, shame on you.
Keep posting eggplant emojis in here.
I don't think so. I don't think we need to go down that route.
no.
I thought about planting eggs to see if chickens would grow, but was told not to try. Yeah. That's
yeah.
good. Jane, I'll say no, please don't. Please don't, Danny. I don't want to see
Danny.
your eggplants.
This is a child-friendly channel.
It is, yeah, it is a child-friendly channel. I think no, I've gone.
That's- I mean-
You've distracted me now.
The direction in which this has gone is totally messed up Jane's line of
I think
thought.
we need to
All
crawl
she has
back,
is
out,
emoji.
This is not good for a first live.
crawl back out the hole. Crawl back out. Okay.
Naughty, naughty.
Can I just say, I've noticed we've got 33 people watching, and I think Rebecca, you would really, really appreciate if people could like the video. If
Yes,
they could press the
please.
thumbs up. That would be a nice thing to do.
Mhm.
And then hopefully if people wanted to watch it back, they'd have more chance of finding it. So yeah, if you haven't pressed your like button, press your thumb. Press your
Thank
thumb
you,
now.
Jane.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at that kind of thing, actually. I keep
I-
saying it in my videos as well.
I know. I don't like doing it. That I bet that's quite interesting actually, because I really don't like saying, can you like, can you subscribe? And I know that I should, but how are you with that, Jim? Are you okay?
I just for that I'm still understanding the whole metrics of like algorithms and stuff like that. I just
Oh,
say
yeah.
it because everyone else does.
Yeah.
Please like my video, and if you
Yeah.
want to subscribe, like I know if you get a lot of likes and on a regular basis, and it helps your algorithm, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
I mean, I'm
does.
such a follower,
Yeah.
Click the bell. Like, where's the bell? I don't know what's
Liz,
that.
I think I'm gonna have to Google that.
Google pig nuts. Yes.
Pig nuts.
Pig nuts.
Oh gosh. Do we really want to know?
No,
I'm not going to do
Liz,
it now.
Liz, you need to have a conversation with Danny. I think you have your own little challenge out there.
I think Hugh has to have that conversation with Danny.
And ask Hugh if there's an emoji for pig nuts. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe Danny knows. Does Danny know what a pig nut emoji is?
Well, apparently he's
Let us
just
know.
emojied it. He's just Googled it.
And
He
Liz
said-
is saying, don't Google it.
yeah. Well, he does say his comment is "Good Lord." So I think that sums it up.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
dear me. Don't do it. No. Oh, hey Tony. Hello there.
Oh, hi, Tony.
How are you doing? Tony, we're just talking about how difficult it can be asking people to subscribe and like your videos sometimes. Right? You've got it down, absolutely down to a T. You can do it really well. But I still get a bit embarrassed about it all, you know. How about you, Saronne? How do you feel about it? Because it's self-promotion, isn't it?
I do the subliminal messaging thing where it says, please like and subscribe, but it disappears in like half a
But you see,
second.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, I can.
Rebecca, can you teach me?
I can explain how to put that longer. It's really easy.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to grow the channel too fast either. I like having, like, what do we have now? 29 people here, and you can read the comments.
Yeah.
Actually, my partner offered to, or he had already posted it to his larger, he's a journalist, to his larger Facebook page, which has 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I made him take it down. I said, I don't want all your people heading to my channel. I want to see, you know, our usual followers, and I want to chat with them. And I don't want tons of comments from people, you know, who just came because you posted a video on your journalistic page, so.
Yeah.
Views
Although
are
sometimes it would be nice.
says Tony, he's right. Views are what counts rather than tons of. You could have 1 million subs, but if only 3 people watch it, then it means nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we're coming up on an hour. And I know someone has a date with the midwife, not like you'd be thinking.
I don't think we need to say any more about that. I think we should keep people guessing. I think, you know.
Who knew?
You said you were retired, Saronne.
You never know. I work in the NHS, so you know I might be delivering a baby shortly. Or I might be watching somebody delivering a baby.
Well, that's certainly less stressful.
Yeah. I don't know. But
I just wanted to thank the 3 of you for joining me here, so I wouldn't be so alone with this. And also, I want to. Now I'm looking up at my screen where I'm seeing the comments. I want to thank everyone who came over to watch. I know it was a bit unstructured, but this is actually what we've done twice before, where we meet up on Zoom just to chat about, you know, our channels and technical difficulties we're having. So basically what we did today was more or less let you be a part of that type of chat that we have.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you how friendly and supportive the gardening YouTube community, especially the English-speaking gardening YouTube community actually is. And it's actually the biggest one, of course. I mean, there are German gardening channels, of course, but it's a much smaller community because obviously the whole world speaks English, but not that many people speak German. So yeah, and these 3 here are some of my most loyal followers and watchers, and vice versa. So you'll always see us commenting on each other's videos. And we chat behind the scenes. You don't need to know everything.
I mean, our minds are never in the gutter like they were today. But I blame Danny for that. It's your fault, Danny.
It's Danny.
Sorry.
No,
we are angels. We are angels.
Yeah.
I think it's done really well, Rebecca. I think you've done really well. Your channel's done really well. And I think it's you who sort of got us all together in the first place. And I think, you know, I think we should commend you for that. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah.
Mm.
Well done.
I got so much inspiration from all of you and some of the others who are here on the in the chat right now watching, that I just felt like, you know, we were always chatting one-on-one or in messenger groups, and I just thought, you know, we'd formalize it a bit. And
Yeah.
I love that we actually managed to Zoom chat twice before, and I love that you all agreed to come here and do it live, so the others could join in. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna close it up so Saronne can get to her birthing. And no, I don't think any of her goats are giving birth. Just
Free.
Yeah.
Well, your goats can do it on their own, right? Yeah, so I'm just going to close it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join all four of us again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
So long.
Bye. Bye.